Everybody, can you quite believe it? We are here at the beginning of the summer term. I hope you have had a wonderful Easter with your children, with your families, and your friends, enjoying the sunshine when it has come out. And the forecast for our first week back is looking brilliant. So I hope that you are looking forward to getting the summer dresses and the shorts out, because I know that I certainly am. So, what I thought I'd do is make a little video to kind of introduce some things that are going to be happening, just to give you more of an idea of where we're heading as this term goes on. So, firstly, when I can click slide, there we go. Things to look out for. You will have had a parent mail with diary dates that came out right at the beginning of the Easter holidays. And I'd please encourage you all to keep checking those diary dates, to put important things already in your diary so that you do not miss them. There will be things set up as events on Parent Mail again and Dojo again as well, so you can keep seeing them. But please, it's really important to keep your eyes out for some things coming up. So we've got our very first Eid celebration that we are having for our families and friends who are part of our really strong, proud Muslim community at school. We've got our Belonging Day coming up, which we are also linking with the coronation of King Charles III. We've obviously got our very legendary sports days coming up, although they have moved from May to later on in the summer term. We've also got our production, which is Legally Blonde Junior, and Mrs. Harper and Miss Cole and others in the background have been working really, really hard on that, and I personally cannot wait to see it. We've got our Fate, which this year is on a Saturday, and if you are able to help in any way, our Smash team would be really grateful. And we're also going to be doing quite a few things with the children within our local community, including a whole school beach clean. So more things will be coming out about that later on. But as I've said, it's really important to keep checking Parent Mail, to keep looking at Dojo, to see all these things, to make sure that you don't miss out on finding out the information on when things are taking place. Our vision, which I shared with you back in July before the start of this academic year, is actually about our school and our community flourishing. I recognise that St Mary's is at the heart of our community, and it's really important that we see the flourishing of our community at the heart of what we do. As Jeremiah has here at the bottom, God has plans for each and every one of us, plans to give us hope and a future. And we at St Mary's have got really strong feelings towards that. Actually, we want to do the best for the children that we have now and the children that we have in the future, so that they can have the best hope and future of their lives going forward that they can have. So how do we do that? How can you help at home? Before the half-term holiday, or rather Easter holiday, should I say, I did a few assemblies with the children about flourishing and how flourishing happens in all different ways, in our well-being, with our families, with our relationships, with our learning. And one of the ways that you can help as parents for your children to flourish in their learning is to just be aware of what it is they are doing in class. The easiest way to do that is to go onto our website, where you will find a curriculum page that has got topic plans, topic homework, and it's also got parent and carer guides to help you with things like phonics, with maths, but also so that you can see what your children are learning in class. Because actually, even checking in and asking some questions, doing a little bit of practice, asking them to show you what they're doing is a really, really good way of getting your children in some really good learning habits. And the research says it's not about what jobs parents have or how much money parents have or where they live. The biggest thing that makes a difference to a child's success at school is just a parent who actually checks in with their learning and helps wherever they can. So that is something that if you can support us with, we would be really, really grateful. I will not stop banging on about it. I think I banged on about it before, and I say to the children all the time, you can never read enough. So please, if there is one thing that you can do to please help your children and flourish in their learning, it is read with your children. And you can see there are some statistics there, just the difference between a child who reads for just 1 minute a day versus a child who reads for 20 minutes a day is absolutely staggering. Look at the difference in the number of words they're exposed to a year. So even if you can't do the full 20 every day, 5 minutes makes a huge difference. So please read. And actually, it doesn't matter what you read. We want children to really have a love of reading and not see it as a chore. So they can read anything. Equally, if they're tired at the end of the day and don't want to do it, you reading to them makes a huge difference as well, because it's hearing that vocabulary which makes a big impact on their learning. So please read, read, read. I'm going to keep saying that all the time, because it makes a huge difference. Something I am really excited about, which you may have seen from the few Dojo posting in the shout out newsletter, is our journey with Opal. Opal stands for outdoor play and learning, and we're going to be working with them over the next 18 months to really improve our provision at playtime and lunch times. The children spend a sixth of their day playing, but in their time they're actually learning as well. So we really want to make sure that that time is spent in a much more enjoyable way than it is now. So that will involve lots of different resources in different areas of the playground. We will need lots of help from parents. And even if you haven't got time to be part of our working party, or you can't help in any other way, even things that you might have at home that you might be getting rid of, we will happily have them as a school. And there'll be some more details about sort of things that we are going to be foraging and asking for coming out very soon. You will receive a parent mail within the next 2 days, which has a parent survey attached. It will take no longer than 5 minutes, but it is really important to get your feedback towards play and learning, and actually what your children think about playtimes and lunchtimes as well. The children will be having a survey, the staff will be having a survey, and we're also having our inset day on April the 28th with Becky, who is our Opal consultant, all about the next steps on our journey. So it's a real transformative thing that's going to take place, and I can't wait to share the journey with you as we go forward with that. Attendance has obviously been something that we've been working really hard on this year, and Miss Whitlock, our attendance officer, has formed some really good relationships with some of our parents, and we have really tried wherever possible to help when there have been issues or concerns if your children cannot come to school every day, whether that's for a medical reason or maybe anxiety. We're really trying to work together to get the children into school. And I do want to say thank you for making sure they are also coming to school on time. Our lates crept up a little bit towards the end of the half term, but I don't think the weather helped with that much. But now they're in the summer, hopefully we'll be seeing our punctuality really improve again. We've gone down to like 0.4% of the school being late every day, which is minuscule compared to what we had this time last year. So I do want to say thank you, and I know it's really hard to think about having to book holidays in the school holidays, because I know how extortionate they can be. And equally, I recognise that quite a lot of our school community, as myself, has families in a different country, and actually taking that time to see them is really important. But equally, wherever possible, we would ask you to book holidays in the school holiday time. We are not able to authorise anything, and it's been really important for us to be transparent with you to say if you do book a holiday that is in term time, the local authority may fine you. That's something we've been really transparent about, but it is important for us to keep having those conversations if your children do need to miss school. I recognise that there are things like chickenpox that hit, and once that spreads, your children are going to be off. And so we do obviously make allowances for the reality of life with attendance figures as well. Our vision as a school is all about flourishing, and that is not just for our children. That's about our parents, our staff as well, and our whole local community as a whole. But I do need to take this time to actually remind parents and encourage you to use Class Dojo in a way that actually is respectful and acceptable. There have been some occasions recently where some parents have started to maybe use Dojo in an inappropriate way, and that is not acceptable. So I would encourage you, please, to read the acceptable usage policy for Class Dojo, which you can find on our school website, where you'll also see these acceptable use terms. Teachers should not be receiving aggressive or abusive messages via Dojo. And I do want to make it really clear that, as said here, if that happens and continues to happen, there will be written warnings. If it happens again, then users will be removed from Class Dojo for the remainder of the academic year. Now, I do not want that to happen, because I recognise that Dojo can be a really useful tool for communicating with teachers in different ways. Thank you for not reporting things like absence on Dojo. I know we worked really hard on that. Collection arrangements, attendance, medical appointments, all of those things need to go via the school office. But obviously, if there are other things you want to talk about with your child's wellbeing, you can use Dojo as a tool to communicate with teachers. But please, I would ask you to use it in a way that is respectful and befits the manner you would speak to somebody face to face. If teachers are receiving rude or aggressive messages, then people will be taken off of Dojo. And I want to make that really clear, because it is equally important, actually, our staff are allowed to shine at school as well and to flourish. And if they're receiving messages at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the evening, please be aware that they will not be responding, because that is their time as well with their families too. So thinking about how we can work together, it has been, a bit of a roller coaster year. We're in a period of transition still, but I do thank you all for the support that you have shown myself, and also the support you are constantly giving to our school. It means a lot. And actually, in reality, the partnership that we have between you at home, us as a school, and your child in the middle is the strongest relationship that we need to have. That is going to make a real difference to the flourishing of our children, of our staff, and of you as families within our community as well. We truly are better when we are working together. And I hope that continuing to work in partnership with each other, we will see our 4 school values of ambition, belonging, courage, and discovery really coming to pass in our school, becoming the best that it can be. And I do want to thank you for everything you are doing as part of that working partnership that we have. So my 6 for the summer, to sum up: number 1, please make sure you have checked the diary dates that are out on Parent Mail. Continue to check Parent Mail, Class Dojo, and the Facebook page to keep up to date with what's happening in school. Obviously, the Facebook page I update every day, and you can see things that are happening across the school, but it is really important that you engage with those communication platforms. We've also got things like the Shout Out newsletter that you can read to see what's going on and find out who Star of the Weeks are and all those things as well. Number 3, check in with learning. So please have a look at the website. Take some time every day, even on the walk home from school, to ask your children about what they're doing in class, all those things that you can practice with. The next one is read, read, read. So please, over the next few weeks and beyond into the next few years, please continue to read with your children as much as you can. Number 5 is using Dojo respectfully. That is really important to me, that my staff are in a place where they feel respected and they feel that they can do their job the best that they can. And actually, I know that everyone in our community should be sharing that respect that we want to model with our children. So please continue to do so. And if you're not sure about that policy, check it out on the website. And number 6 is just for us to continue to work together. It means such a lot to me when I see our community come out in force. And I know there are going to be some occasions this term where Team St Mary's are really going to be top of their game. But actually, it's important that we continue to have conversations, continue to communicate with how things are going with learning, with things that might be affecting your children at home. All of those conversations are really important for us to continue to work together. So I really hope that this little taster of the summer term has put you on the page to start a great few weeks back. And I look forward to seeing you and your children as we start the week. Bye.